Hello, how are you? Today we're going to talk about tablature or tab for the ukulele. Tablature is a system of notation that was developed several centuries ago for, I think, for the lute, um, and has been transferred to guitar and ukulele and mandolin and bass. Okay, here's some tablature. It's going to end up sounding like the beginning of Brown-Eyed Girl. Each one of those lines has the name of a ukulele string to the left of it. You only really have to know two things to read tab on the uke. One, the lines, the horizontal lines, represent strings, and the numbers tell you what fret to put your finger behind. You don't play any strings that don't have numbers on them. So the main problem is figuring out what string is represented by what line. And here's a little trick that you can do. Take your uke, put it in your lap. Now I've got this on a table because I'm having to film this, but put it in your lap and have the neck pointing the same direction that it would be pointing if you were actually playing your uke. Now, the next thing you need to do is just put the tab on top of the uke, or you can put it under the strings maybe, and you will see that the tab, now ukulele tab is generally not this large, but you will see that the A string here is on top, and now your A string over here, it's on top. And there's your E, your C, and the little G. So if you start playing some tab and it just sounds really, really awful, do this check. Put the uke in your lap, and chances are you're playing your tab upside down. Now, you notice that we've got a 2 and a 3 stacked vertically on top of each other. When you see numbers stacked, that tells you something. But first you got to know what the numbers mean. That's telling you to put your finger behind the second fret and also of the A string, and also behind the third fret of the E string. And when they're stacked up, what that's telling you is play them both at the same time. Then we move to the right, and we've got a 3 on the A string and a 5 on the E string. That means play the third fret and the fifth fret of those two strings. Play them at the same time. Okay, here's what that tab actually sounds like. This is mainly a lesson on just how to deal with tab, but here's what that little piece of tab sounds like. Okay, so we have the second and third frets of the bottom two strings, and then the third and fifth, the fifth and seventh, and we just came backwards. So tab is not a complete system of music, but it'll get you started.